I do the research, folks. I just want it to be right. I want to make sure that the news is getting out. This affects people's lives. And Sarah Palin, she doesn't deserve that. Her family doesn't deserve that. Here's a woman who just wanted to serve her country. And maybe she made some blunders and made some mistakes. And boy, late night TV had fun making fun of her. But it's always at the expense of somebody else. That's a shame. Yeah, kick them when they're down. Ha ha ha. It's just, it affects other people's families and it affects their livelihood. And I've seen just too many people being affected, good people, that just don't deserve that particular treatment. And I hope she gets the maximum amount. She's got a great law firm. And I hope that she gets what she's entitled to. Because this has to set a precedent for the media in general, that there will be repercussions. There will be mega lawsuits when you put this out and you bring somebody's character level down, where people's perception, where their net worth is lowered, their value is lowered, when the fake news is purported, because it does have a definite impact when fake news is presented. Bar none. All right, the tweet, Trump NYT reporter duel on Twitter of the healthcare claims. Is that worth doing again? Yeah, why not? It's the second hour, and it's so brilliant done. And kudos to Sarah Huckabee Sanders for the exchange with the CNN reporter. This is appropriate. We're going to kind of just plug this in.
Actually expect us not to report on stories of a foreign country trying to influence the presidential election.
I don't think it's expected that you're not to report on, again, actual news if there's something there. But again, I think that there are a lot of things happening in this world that, frankly, a lot of people would like to hear about, whether it's job growth, whether it's deregulation, whether it's tax reform, health care. I think a lot of those things deserve a lot more coverage than they get. And all we're saying is, I think that we should take a really good look at what we are focused on, what we are covering, and making sure that it's actually accurate and it's honest. If we make the slightest mistake, the slightest word is off, it is just an absolute tirade from a lot of people in this room. But news outlets get to go on day after day and cite unnamed sources, use stories without sources, have, you mentioned the Scaramucci story where they had to have reporters resign.
Come on, you're inflaming everybody right here, right now with those words. This administration has done that as well. Why in the name of heavens? Any one of us, right, are replaceable, and any one of us, if we don't get it right, the audience has the opportunity to turn the channel or not read us. You have been elected to serve for 4 years at least. There's no option other than that. We're here to ask you questions.
Right.
We're here to provide the answers. And what you just did is inflammatory to people all over the country who look at it and say, see, once again, the president is right and everybody else out here is fake media. And everybody in this room is only trying to do their job.
Well, I disagree completely. First of all, I think if anything has been inflamed, it's the dishonesty that often takes place by the news media. And I think it is outrageous for you to accuse me of inflaming a story when I was simply trying to respond to his question.
Shabam! She got him. I mean, come on, CNN, seriously, give me a break. It's because of stories that, the false claims stories, talking about how incompetent, folks are in the administration, just trying to rag out on the health care and just what an idiot that he is and his health care secretary. Blah, 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 blah. And NBC threw the stuff out last night with the bill and all the other stuff, just how reckless things were. And it wasn't reckless. It was being a site of caution to make sure that everything is right. Republicans want to get this right. And again, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having the conversation about health care, you idiots, if Obamacare actually was such a success. Why would we want to do something and play with something that actually would be working and effective? It's imploding all around us. So the failing New York Times writes false stories after false stories about me. This is Trump. They don't even call to verify the facts of the story. A fake news joke, Trump wrote Wednesday. Some of the fake news media likes to say that I am not totally engaged in healthcare. Wrong. I know the subject well and want victory for the U.S. Failing New York Times writes false stories after false stories about me. They don't even call to verify the facts of the story. A fake news joke. Some of the fake news and media likes to say that I'm totally engaged, not engaged. Well, he said this again. I guess he tweeted it twice. I know the subject. Well, he should, because he employs tens of thousands of people. The Trump organization actually offered health care. So he knew what Obamacare was, knows what it is, and how it affected businesses across the country, and paid a lot of money for a system that is not working very, very well. But folks, this is you have to hear it. You got to hear the exchange. You got to hear the foolishness. And it definitely makes people very queasy and sick to their stomach. But I'm telling you, maybe there's something good that comes out at the end of the day with all of the fake media that comes out and all the lawsuits that come out. Maybe eventually they'll actually start getting the stories right. And then, if there's something that's hurting the American people, and there's a real story that's worth reporting, like the meddling part with Russia with computers, what's going on right now on Capitol Hill with those, that's legitimate. But then saying that they somehow manipulated the computers that people voted, forget about the dead people that voted and all that other stuff, where states are actually now prosecuting people, putting them in jail. That's another story in itself. Oh, that's true. But it's validated, too. That's not fake news, but mainstream media won't report that one, all the dead people that voted. And that happened during the Clinton administration, too, when Clinton was back in the 90s. So this is not something new. This has been a constant problem. But to what degree and how far, what lengths, and what did Russia do? The probes still go on, and I think that's worth exploring. We don't want an adversary involved in any part of our process over here in America. And if they're meddling, they need to stop it, and they need to definitely have some strong sanctions put against them. And I think the American people would love to hear exactly what had been found out. And then especially, and now the more I think about it, I said, Obama's never going to be there to testify of what he knew. I think he definitely needs to come and testify of what he knew. I think the American people deserve an answer there, because he certainly knew about it. We just found out about it, that he did know about it. Ben reports he's got egg on his face. Loretta Lynch has. John Kerry has egg on his face. Everybody knew. But the mainstream media would tell you they didn't know. As if Obama, if he knew, he would have shut that down immediately. Just like the Russian reset.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Thanks for your support. Keith Allen and For the People. I am looking at a picture with activists marching in protest against the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to revive parts of a travel ban in New York City. And it says, no, emphatically, drive out Trump-Pence regime. No. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. Forget about a safe America. Forget about any of that. Allow the terrorists to come over and to find safe haven over here where they actually hurt our country, then help our country. Not the immigrants that come over here and actually assimilate and love our country and give to our country and serve our country. There's plenty of immigrants, and they're in our military, and they proudly serve. Not talking about those kind. We have a president that cares about its country, and when you care, this is what you get. You get people that will call you fascist, call you tyrannical, and all this is other hoopla. But it's sparking concerns now for another round of airport nightmares and legal chaos. The travel ban, which restricts visitors from 6 Muslim-majority countries, was shelved due to injunctions issued by lower courts until the Supreme Court ruled this Monday that it could be largely reinstated pending a hearing on the merits in the fall. But when it was initially rolled out earlier this year, it triggered confusion in airports and courtrooms throughout the country. So this time, the Trump administration hopes it is going to be smoother. They're going to have more time. He was real criticized for it. It was a disaster. And he says, we will keep those traveling to the United States and partners in the travel industry informed as we